I think that with all the hoopla that's going on in the media right now in the news, I think it's important to really discuss this. I woke up just now to find out that about the bombing in Massachusetts. Now I'm not too familiar with the situation, so like I can't really speak on the politics of it. But it does not change the fact that what's going on in our country is nothing more than a repeat of 9/11. And I mean, like, I think that it's very, very important to realize that, like, what's going on, especially with the media's interference, is that this is nothing more than trying to unite our country once again under a blanket of fear, so that way we begin to do what we did back in 2001, which was throw up the American flag, once again, the new symbol of propaganda in the world. And I mean, and forgive me, like I served in the military, so some of my friends, like that were in the military, I know that you're going to disagree with me, but that's okay. Like it really needs to be said. We throughout the world now, like the American flag is starting to be looked at as a symbol of propaganda. It's nothing more than, I mean, it's sad to say it, but like it's a new Germany, like, but that's just my opinion, and you're more than welcome to disagree with me. But it doesn't change the fact that what it is that I'm witnessing, especially in our country, is that our government is trying to instill in its people, in the population of America, a fear that separates us not only from our local neighbor, but from our global neighbor as well. Like I don't need to be involved deeply with politics in order to understand what it is that's going on with human beings in general. Like just to understand the issues that go on with myself is to understand the issues that go on with humanity on a global scale. And quite frankly, we need to understand that, like, what's going on once again with this media portrayal. There's false information that's being led. We're not being given the whole story, and it's important for us to do our homework so that we understand completely what's happening. What it looks like in Boston, like this act of terrorism. I mean, it's happening on our own front now. So it looks like there's nothing else that's getting ready to happen than America turning on America. Neighbors versus neighbors, brother versus sister, sister versus mother, mother versus father. This is not the way that we need to continue to go. And if we want to see change, then we have to understand that the message that's being fed to us, the message that's being spread so widely, and like which is like creating this thought process of fear, is that we have to move out of that. In order for us to grow, we got to let go of that old fear. The fear that separates us, the fear that keeps us ignorant and bound to old traditions that don't work. So I think that before you go criticizing anyone, before we start pointing fingers, before we start telling our neighbors that we don't like them, and like looking at this person and that person as being wrong, and in a representation of false idealisms, then we really need to step back for one, reevaluate what kind of message it is that you're thinking about, considering, or even spewing yourself. And is that message a message of love, or is it a message of hate? Because our only thing that our thoughts do is they either heal or they hurt. So my question to you is, spread a message and a thought pattern of healing and helping, versus this widely spread media message of fear. Because the only thing that's going to happen is we're going to just continue to develop into a country that's governed and led only by fear. And quite frankly, like, it's a scary thought, because the only thing that's next, like after something like this, is sad to say it, but it's neighbor versus neighbor. And I'd rather love my neighbor. I'd rather my neighbor love me. I'd rather be able to go to my neighbor and ask for some fruits and vegetables, because that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? So, spread the message of love, be light, and, remember this. Thoughts go, well, energy flows where thoughts flow. You know what I mean? And, like, if our thoughts are so attached and grounded and rooted deeply in a state of fear, in a state in an epidemic of pandemonium, then like that's what it is that we're gonna see. And in the next couple of weeks, we're only gonna see that pattern grow and and exacerbate into something disgusting and vile. It's something that's gonna be more detrimental to the people in this country than anything else. You know, just consider the source. You know, consider what it is that you want to see in the world, and be what it is that you want to see in the world, because being change is more important than seeing it. All right. Once again, being change is more important than seeing it. So with love and with light, peace.